Hey there, beautiful divine being of light, Infinity, here on Saturday, February 1st. It is 3:13 p.m. here in the Pacific. I know it's so late. Today has flown by. As always, I have been busy working on my computer, doing stuff for my clients that are in their Evolve Now programs. We just had monthlies, so there's a lot to upload with Oracle cards and notes and all sorts of stuff. And just got things set up for dear Miss Laura and her Evolve Now program. So proud of you, so excited to get to this point with you starting February with you in your Evolve Now program. Dear Laura, give her some love for taking such a big step. And she'll be in the Evolve Now group program as well. And I hope many others will too. Once that launches, probably either beginning or mid-March. I'm not sure exactly when. I'm still doing stuff with it, creating it and all that stuff. So it's time consuming. Well, it's actually not that time consuming. It just takes time. And there's other things going on. So anywho, here's some Kalimba. We're going to do something really different today. I've been waiting for the directive to start this, and I love that we're starting with February 1st with this new thing we'll be doing. I'm going to play some Kalimba first, though. Breaths here. Another stormy, rainy day. Very white sky. Okay, we're going to stop it there. I hope you enjoyed that. We are going to do something very cool and very different. I'm super stoked about this. I've been excited to get into this for a long time now. I have had this book called The Prophet by Cahill Gibran. Or actually, Cahill is probably Cahill Gilbrand. No, Gibran. Oh my God, why is his name so hard? Khalil Gibran. I'm pretty sure I got that right. Gosh, I feel bad for mutilating it. Anywho, he wrote a few books. This one is called The Prophet. So I'm going to read this little introduction about who he was. Okay. Then we're going to get into this book. It's a really cool book that I was guided to. And then, yeah, we're going to read the intro, and then I think I'm going to do either 3 or 4 chapters per day, and it'll take between 7, 8, 9, 10 days, depending on how much I'm guided to read each day. And it's not a big book, and the chapters are not long. They're like 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 pages long. They're not, and they're big. It's big type. Actually, I can show you, obviously. Don't mind me. The prophet, Khalil Gibran, pretty sure. And we had, isn't that pretty? There's all this. We've had this thing with gold foil lately with the Citadel Oracle and this book, The Prophet. And so we have an intro here. I think that's supposed to be him. And then contents, the coming of the ship, love, marriage, children, giving, eating and drinking, work, joy and sorrow, houses, clothes, buying and selling, crime and punishment, laws, freedom, reason and passion, pain, self-knowledge, teaching, friendship, talking, time, good and evil, prayer, pleasure, beauty, religion, death, farewell. And that's it. So I actually, full disclosure, have not read this whole book. I read part of this whole book, and then it came through, this would be something really great to share at some point. So let's put it aside for now, and at some point we'll circle back to it and we'll share it in some way. I'll be guided to do that. Well, it's been quite a while. I think I bought this book maybe holy cow. It could be even closer to a year than 6 months. I have to go back and check. But anyway, that's the book, The Prophet. So we will get into this, and I will read at least 2, maybe 3 chapters. Okay. Born on January 6, 1883, in the village of Bishari, Lebanon, Khalil Gibran was 12 when he migrated to America along with his family in 1895 due to poverty. A Lebanese-American artist, poet, and writer, young Khalil, oh God. I want to say Kahili, and it's not. I want to add a Y at the end, and it's not it. So it's just tripping me out right here. Khalil. Okay, I'm sorry. You're probably laughing at me. He mastered the English language with ease and also had a taste for the artistic. He studied in Paris and then came back to New York. What a cool dude. Kyle, from pretty early in his life, started writing in Arabic, but later started to write in English too. He has about 25 books to his credit. His famous trilogy comprises The Prophet, The Garden of the Prophet, and The Death of the Prophet. The Prophet deals with man's relation with fellow man. The Garden of the Prophet explores the relationship between man and nature, while the last delves into man's relationship with God. So I definitely know we're going to get all the books. For now, we just have this one. The three thus teach man the mastery of life. He's chiefly known for his 1923 book, The Prophet, which is estimated to have sold more than 20 million copies in English alone. Widely acclaimed as one of the most spiritual books ever written, Gibran is considered to be the third most widely read poet in history after Shakespeare and Lao Tzu. The Prophet comprises these 26 poetic essays and, adorned with his paintings, talks about the philosophy of Gibran, also termed as Gibranism. The Prophet, who has lived in a foreign city for 12 years, is about to board a ship that will take him home. He is stopped by a group of people whom he teaches the mysteries of life. Khalil Gibran took more than 11 years to formulate and perfect his book. The Prophet represents the height of his literary career, as he came to be noted as the Bard of Washington Street. His other great works include The Street of the Heart, Tears and Laughter, Jesus, The Son of Man, The Earth Gods, Sand and Poem, and Forerunners. He passed away in 1931 when he was only 48 due to liver ailment. and his body was shipped back and cremated in Lebanon. So this dude was very popular, and I wish I wouldn't feel so silly destroying his name like I have, but it's just, I don't know, certain letters and certain words, it's just hard for me to pronounce sometimes. It's just so silly. Anyway, so let's begin with the coming of the ship. Take a look at that. This is also his art. Coming of the ship. Okay. Whoopsie. Here we go. Al-Mustafa, the chosen and the beloved, who was a dawn unto his own day, had waited 12 years in the city of Orphanlis for his ship that was to return and bear him back to the isle of his birth. And in the 12th year, on the 7th day of Elul, the month of reaping, he climbed the hill without the city walls and looked seaward, and he beheld his ship coming with the mist. Then the gates of his heart were flung open, and his joy flew far over the sea. And he closed his eyes and prayed in the silences of his, and he closed his, my ears are starting to pop. Oh, and I'm feeling really kind of woozy right now. That was just really weird. There's something definitely really energetically significant about this book. And I'm just reacting to it, so just give me a second. Oh, man. Oh, there goes the yawns. So, yeah. Okay. I'm going to start over here. Not the whole way, but at the top of this last paragraph. Then the gates of his heart were flung open, and his joy flew far over the sea. And he closed his eyes and prayed in the silences of his soul. But as he descended the hill, a sadness came upon him, and he thought in his heart, How shall I go in peace and without sorrow? Nay, not without a wound in the spirit shall I leave this city. Long were the days of pain I have spent within its walls, and long were the nights of aloneness. And who can depart from his pain and his aloneness without regret? Too many fragments of the spirit have I scattered in these streets, and too many are the children of my longing that walk naked among these hills, and I cannot withdraw from them without a burden and an ache. It is not a garment I cast off this day, but a skin that I tear from with my own hands. Nor is it a thought I leave behind me, but a heart made sweet with hunger and with thirst. Yet I cannot tarry longer. The sea that calls all things unto her calls me, and I must embark. For to stay, though the hours burn in the night, is to freeze and crystallize and be bound in the mold. Fain would I take with me all that is here, but how shall I? A voice cannot carry the tongue and the lips that give it wings. Alone must it seek the ether. And alone and without its nest shall the eagle fly across the sun. That's beautiful. Now that he reached the foot of the hill, he turned again towards the sea, and he saw his ship approaching the harbor, and upon her prow the mariners, the men of his own land. And his soul cried out to them, and he said, Sons of my ancient mother, you riders of the tides, how often have you sailed in my dreams, and how you come in my awakening, which is my deeper dream. Ready am I to go, and my eagerness with sails full set awaits the wind. Only another breath will I breathe in this still air, only another loving look cast backward. And then I shall stand among you, a seafarer among seafarers, and you, vast sea, sleepless mother, who alone are peace and freedom to the river and the stream. Only another winding will this, only another winding will this stream make, only another murmur in this glade. And then I shall come to you, a boundless drop to a boundless ocean. And as he walked, he saw from afar men and women leaving their fields and their vineyards and hastening towards the city gates. And he heard their voices calling his name and shouting from field to field, telling one another of the coming of his ship. And he said to himself, shall the day of parting be the day of gathering? And shall it be said that my eve was in truth my dawn? And what shall I give unto him who has left his plow in mid-furrow, or to him who has stopped the wheel of his winepress? Shall my heart become a tree heavy laden with fruit, that I may gather and give unto them? And shall my desires flow like a fountain, that I may fill their cups? Am I a harp that the hand of the mighty may touch me, or a flute that his breath may pass through me? A seeker of silences I am, and what a treasure have I found in silences that I may dispense with confidence. If this is my day of harvest, in what fields have I sowed the seed, and in what unremembered seasons? If this indeed be the hour in which I lift up my lantern, it is not my flame that shall burn therein. Empty and dark shall I raise my lantern, and the guardian of the night shall fill it with oil, and he shall light it so. These things he said in words, but much in his heart remained unsaid, for he himself could not speak his deeper secret. And when he entered into the city, all the people came to meet him, and they were crying out to him as with one voice. And the elders of the city stood forth and said, go not yet away from us. A noontide have you been in our twilight, and your youth has given us dreams to dream. No stranger are you among us, nor a guest, but our son and our dearly beloved. So suffer not yet our eyes to hunger for your face. And the priests and the priestesses said unto him, let not the waves of the sea separate us now, and the years you have spent in our midst become a memory. You have walked among us in spirit, and your shadow has been a light upon our faces. Whew, sorry, it just made me really emotional. Much have we loved you, but speechless was our love, and with veils has it been veiled. Yet now it cries aloud unto you, and would stand revealed before you. And ever has it been that love knows not its own depth until the hour of separation. And others come also and entreated him, but he answered them not. He only bent his head, and those who stood near saw his tears falling upon his breast. And he and the people proceeded towards the great square before the temple. And there came out of the sanctuary a woman whose name was Almitra. And she was a seeress. And he looked upon her with exceeding tenderness, for it was she who had first sought and believed in him when he had been but a day in their city. And she hailed him, saying, Prophet of God, in quest of the uttermost, long have you searched the distances for your ship, and now your ship has come, and you must needs go. Deep in your longing for the land of your memories and the dwelling place of your greater desires, and our love would not bind you, nor our needs hold you. Yet this we ask, are you leave us, that you speak to us and give us your truth, and we will give it unto our children, and they unto their children, and it shall not perish. In your aloneness you have watched with our days, and in your wakefulness you have listened to the weeping and the laughter of our sleep. Now, therefore, disclose us to ourselves and tell us all that has been shown to you of that which is between birth and death. And he answered, People of Ophelis, of what can I speak save of that which is even now moving within your souls? People of Ophelis, what can I speak save of that which is even now moving within your souls? Oh my God, this is intense. Whew, so that is the end of the first chapter, the coming of the ship. As he's attempting to leave, people are stopping him, talking to him, telling him how much they love him, how much he's meant to them, and it's overwhelming him. But he is he's in a place of disclosure, I guess you could say. So here we are next. Love. Then said Alamitria, Speak to us of love. And he raised his head and looked upon the people, and there fell a stillness upon them. And with a great voice he said, When love beckons to you, follow him, though his ways are hard and steep. And when his wings enfold you, yield to him, though the sword hidden among his pinions may wound you. And when he speaks to you, believe in him, though his voice may shatter your dreams as the north wind lays waste the garden. For even as love crowns you, so shall he crucify you. Even as he is for your growth, so is he for your pruning. Even as he ascends to your height and caresses your tenderest branches that quiver in the sun, so shall he descend to your roots and shake them in their clinging to the earth. Like sheaves of corn, he gathers you unto himself. He threshes you to make you naked. He sifts you to free you from your husks. He grinds you to whiteness. He kneads you until you are pliant. Pliant. Sorry. He needs you until you're pliant. I knew I was, dyslexia. Woo! Sorry. He needs you until you are pliant. And then he assigns you to his sacred fire, and you may become sacred bread for God's sacred feast. All these things shall love do unto you, that you may know the secrets of your heart, and in that knowledge become a fragment of life's heart. But if in your fear you would seek only love's peace and love's pleasure, then it is better for you that you cover your nakedness and pass out of love's threshing floor into the seasonless world, where you shall laugh, but not all of your laughter, and weep, but not all of your tears. Love gives not but itself, and takes not but from itself. Love possesses not, nor would it be possessed. For love is sufficient unto love. When you love, you should not say, God is in my heart, but rather, I am in the heart of God. And think not you can direct the course of love. For love, if it finds you worthy, directs your course. Love has no other desire but to fulfill itself. Love has no other desire but to fulfill itself. Oh, I love this. It threshes you to make you naked. It sifts you free from your husks. It grinds you to whiteness. It kneads you until you are pliant. And then he assigns you to his sacred fire, that you may become sacred bread for God's sacred feast. This is so good. Oh, there was actually one other page. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Well, I guess that was meant to be. I didn't realize there was another page. These pages are really thin, and I saw the other, the page right behind it, and I didn't realize there was some more behind this. So I shall continue. I'll start right here. Love possesses not, nor would it be possessed. For love is sufficient unto love. When you love, you should not say, God is in my heart, but rather, I am in the heart of God. And think not you can direct the course of love. For love, if it finds you worthy, directs your course. Love has no other desire but to fulfill itself. But if you love and must needs have desires, but what? Sorry, that was really confusing. But if you love and must needs have desires, let these be your desires. To melt and be like a running brook that sings its melody to the night. To know the pain of too much tenderness. To be wounded by your own understanding of love. And to bleed willingly and joyfully. To wake at dawn with a winged heart and give thanks for another day of loving. To rest at the noon hour and meditate love's ecstasy. To return home at evening tide with gratitude. And then to sleep with a prayer for the beloved in your heart and a song of praise upon your lips. Beautiful. Okay. To know the pain of too much tenderness. To bleed willingly and joyfully. To wake at dawn with a winged heart and give thanks for another day of loving. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, marriage. Whew, and we will end at marriage, I think. Let's see. Marriage is pretty short, actually. And so is children. Now, we'll end at marriage. Okay. Then Alametria spoke again and said, And what of marriage, master? And he answered, saying, You were born together, and together you shall be forevermore. You shall be together when the white wings of death scatter your days. Aye, you shall be together even in the silent memory of God. but let there be spaces in your togetherness, and let the winds of the heavens dance between you. Love one another, but make not a bond of love. Let it rather be a moving sea between the shores of your souls. Fill each other's cup, but drink not from one cup. Give one another of your bread, but eat not from the same loaf. Sing and dance together and be joyous, but let each one of you be alone. Even as the strings of a lute are alone, though they quiver with the same music. Give your hearts, but not into each other's keeping. For only the hand of life can contain your hearts. And stand together, yet not too near together. For the pillars of the temple stand apart, and the oak tree and the cypress grow not in each other's shadow. Beautiful. That's on page 25. Absolutely beautiful. Wow. I love this. Sing and dance together and be joyous, but let each one of you be alone. Even as the strings of a lute are alone, though they quiver with the same music. Give your hearts, but not into each other's keeping. Really, really beautiful here. I love this so far. It's very intense. And obviously the language, the way it's written is not, modern English. So bear with me. It is very intense, at least so far. A lot of depth, a lot of energy. I can feel the weight of this. You probably do too. My ears are continuous. My eyes are watering. My ears are popping. And the language is weird. My ears are kind of doing a third eye weirdness. Sometimes there's different things that can happen when your third eye is active, and you can get runny nose. It happens to me a lot of times. I get a runny nose very instantly. I'll get that post-nasal drip. I'll sneeze. Sometimes it's so severe, but that just kind of will be very specific times when there's a lot of activation going on. But just on, doing stuff like this, these subtle things will happen. And then my eyes will come in and out of focus, kind of be shaky and just kind of extra blurry. So anyway, thanks for bearing with me. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this, the beginning couple chapters of the Prophet, and we will get back to it tomorrow and read a few chapters and see where we go with that. It's beautiful so far, very intense. Again, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. If you're watching and listening to me on Saturday, February 1st, 2025. If not, and you are here at another time, I thank you so much for being guided to this video, for receiving from me and this energy and this book of the Prophet and the messages that come through it. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. And look through the first month, January 2025. I started these on the 2nd of January. They're timeless messages, even though I do them daily, timeless messages. They've been involving oracle cards every day, pretty much, except for today. I was guided to start this month with the Prophet, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. Again, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, night, middle of the night. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment, share this video, and have a wonderful, beautiful, magical, blessed, glorious day, week, whenever you circle back. Guess that's it. Infinite love and blessings. Bye for now.